Tensioning your machine consists of two components, the upper tension and the lower tension, otherwise known as your bobbin tension. In order to tension bobbins, we put the bobbin, preferably a brand new one, since the bobbin tension does change as it wears down towards the bottom of a bobbin, and then we do what we call a drop test or a yo-yo test. And the way we do that is we hold the thread approximately 9 inches to a foot from our hand. We make sure the bobbin is not spinning too much, and then we lower our hand and raise it with an abrupt change of direction like this. What we're looking for is a 1 to 1.5 inch drop on the bobbin thread. If we needed to make an adjustment, which this one seems to be just a touch on the tight side, I would make an adjustment on this large recess screw. This is the adjustment screw, not the smaller raised screw. And when we do make an adjustment, we're only turning this screw in very small increments such as this. Once we've made our adjustment, a good little tip is to take any kind of a felt type marker and touch right where the bobbin thread and the spring meet. Then we'll do the drop test again. Again, holding the thread 9 inches to a foot away, we lower our hand and raise it, and if we look at this, we have a 1 inch drop, which is within the parameters of 1 to 1.5 inches. Therefore, this bobbin case is properly adjusted. A little note, if you're sewing caps, you're always better off to have your bobbin drop approximately 1 inch, more so than 1.5 inches. That way, you'll get a nice tight stitch when you're sewing caps. Also remember, tensioning is nothing more than a balancing act. You're balancing your top thread and your bobbin thread. So therefore, you want to keep your top tensions and your bottom tensions consistent. So if you're using a 1 inch drop all the time, make sure that every time you adjust your bobbin case, you adjust it to approximately 1 inch. Whereas if you're using a larger drop, always try and make sure that you get the same type of drop, whether it be a 1 to 1.5 inch.